Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Amber Libary. I'm an aspiring actress and I love film. So I thought it would be fun to talk about all of the new movies that I watched in the month of July. But first, Olipop. Oh no, I'm scared I'm gonna break my nail. That was crispy. We have to have a beverage when talking about movies because I could go on and on and on and on and on forever, so I need to be clenched. Let's get started. I want to start with a little disclaimer that I will not be rating the movies and I will not be really talking about things that I disliked about them because I think that there's enough hate in the world and enough people already negatively commenting on movies, so I just wanted to share the things that I liked about these films. I hope you guys enjoy. The first new film that I watched in July was Maxine. Maxine is a thriller horror film that was directed, edited, produced, and written by Ty West. Round of applause for him because that is an insane amount of talent. So Maxine is the third part to the X film, to the X franchise, where it goes X, Pearl, and then Maxine. Unfortunately, I went into Maxine not having watched X prior. I had only seen Pearl, so I was a little bit confused. Talk about this movie as a standalone movie since I didn't have the prior knowledge of X digest this movie itself. But I loved Maxine. I thought that this film was great. I thought that Mia Goth's acting was incredible. Really enjoyed the color grading of this film. I thought that they really did a good job at capturing the essence of the older setting because it was set in the 1980s. It's like it was kind of shot on film, which I'm not exactly sure if it was or not. I love how we are introduced to this killer in the beginning of the film. Maxine obviously knows how to take care of herself. And this incredible alley scene where this man corners her into the alley and she tears him apart. I thought it was incredible. I loved the action. I loved how she pretended that she was scared or helpless and then turned around and had him on his hands and knees begging her to stop. I thought it was just so powerful. Overall, I thought the film was really good. I think that it unfolded really well and we got a good plot twist at the end, which I really like. I love a good plot twist. Okay, so the next movie I'm going to be talking about is Twisters. I loved this film. When I started seeing trailers for Twisters, I was so excited. I love Universal. I think that their films are so good, and I feel like I haven't seen such a classic blockbuster film in such a long time, that this was so refreshing. I think that it was an incredible remake. Someone who is an aspiring actress, I left that film and I feel like I remembered why I wanted to be an actor in the first place. I think the movie is such an equal amount of what we as an audience love to see. I love a little bit of a love story. I loved the comedy. I loved the seriousness of it. Like, then there was the action. There was so many good elements that all came together to create such a good film. Like, I was completely captivated for the entirety of the film. I left and I felt great. I want to go see it again. I'm hoping to see it in 4DX because Twisters in 4D, that's insane. I really loved the main actress, Daisy Edgar Jones. I think she was incredible. Everyone else was also incredible, but she, obviously as the lead, was phenomenal. Compare the beginning scene of this film to the beginning scene of the original Twister. It's amazing because you just realize both characters are doing this because they lost people that they love and they just want to figure out a way to prevent more people from losing their loved ones. And I think that's so beautiful. I thought I was gonna change my mind and be a storm chaser, but I realized I'd rather pretend to be a storm chaser than actually be a storm chaser. The next movie that I saw in July was Longlegs. I do not remember ever watching a trailer for this film. I knew that it was a horror film, but I didn't know what it was about. So going into it, I was completely blindsided. The movie going to be about, and then it ended up being such a good horror film. There were certain shots that just made me so eerie. Like, it made my body feel like it had chills. And I love that filmmakers are realizing that we don't need jump scares to scare people, and we don't always need very ugly or scary creatures, that we can like create an eerie feeling, certain lighting and certain sounds, and they did that so perfectly. I remember a specific scene where the main character goes outside and we're viewing her from outside, and you can still see into her house, into the window, and you just see Longlegs walk in the house. In that scene, I feel like I got like chills. It just was filmed so perfectly, and you kind of feel like I don't know, you just feel gross. I thought it was very scary. I left and I was like, I thought the film was really good. Definitely elevated horror. One of the best horror films I've seen this year and probably in a really long time. So Nicolas Cage playing Longlegs was incredible to see how much variety an actor can offer. It reminds me that we are capable of creating so many different characters. If you're trying to be an actor, or even if you're trying to be a filmmaker, you should never limit yourself to a niche. I think that it's very important to recognize and realize that we are capable of doing anything. Anything that we want to do, we are capable of becoming anything we want to be. So play different characters, create different types of films. Like, just do what you want to do as long as you love what you're making. Who cares? The final movie that I saw in July, that I saw 2 times already, Deadpool and Wolverine. I mean, do I have to say much? Like, it was so good. As someone who loves the MCU, loves Marvel, loves X-Men, loves all of it, I loved this film. Growing up, I have an older brother, and he loved Marvel, and so all of us watched the X-Men films, the Fantastic Four films, all of that. This movie just felt so close to home. It was so good. I think Deadpool's humor was amazing. I'm so happy that they were able to keep the same Deadpool character that we know and love, and then continue it and now put him in MCU. I thought there was so much story. I love how easily they tied him into the MCU, even though they like decline him. They're like, we don't want you to be an Avenger, but we're gonna put him in the MCU anyway. He's gonna have a huge storyline, and I loved all of the Easter eggs. I don't know how I could have this video without talking about the opening scene. Deadpool dancing to Bye Bye Bye. Wasn't on my checklist, but 100% needed it. I was crying laughing within the first 10 minutes of the film. I checked off all of my boxes and more. The fight scenes between Deadpool and Wolverine, they were incredible. And all of the cameos made the movie even better than what it already was. Warm-hearted, comedic, it was incredible. They created such a good bond between Deadpool and Wolverine after they fight the entire film. Every time a Marvel movie comes out, I get really excited, and this movie it didn't disappoint. Overall, really good movie, very funny, very good addition to the MCU. I'm really happy. We have X-Men, we've got Fantastic Four, we've got Deadpool, all in the MCU now, officially, which is incredible. It's just setting up for so many more movies in the future. Also, Robert Downey Jr. as Dr. Doom. What do we think, guys? I'm happy. I love Robert Downey Jr. That is all the movies I watched in July. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Share what movies you watched in July down below. And if there's any movies that I missed that I should watch, let me know. And yeah, I hope everybody, wherever you are, is having an amazing day. And remember, if you're an aspiring actor, filmmaker, anything in the film industry, don't give up. Keep working on your craft. It's gonna happen one day. All right, bye.